Yo, what up, mofos and mofettes? I believe it's Wednesday. I believe it's 2023. I believe it's January. I don't know the date. Anyway, this is what they told me whenever I was born. I had no way of believing them or not, or knowing whether what they're telling me is true. So, I was indoctrinated into this world. I love this world. It's very interesting. It's very entertaining. A lot of contrast, which is a good thing. Because how can you learn what you like and what you don't like, and what you feel is appropriate and what you feel is inappropriate without contrast, without knowing? How could you know what happiness is without sadness? You know what I'm saying? This is why we choose to come here as cosmic beings, for the steep learning curve that's here in this realm. I'm very happy about this life that I've lived. I believe just living is an art. So we're all artists. We're all creators. We're all gods. We create our own reality. And I've done pretty good with this go around, I feel like, personally. I chose to be a musician, a singer-songwriter in this world. And I knew at an early age that I needed to say something worth saying if I was going to be an artist with other people's ear, you know. So I'm very careful about what I say and what I believe in my songs. I have written songs in the past that I don't really align with at this point in my life, so I don't play those songs anymore. The beautiful thing about not really getting into the system per se, where they fucking basically take over you with money, because once you get a taste of that lifestyle, you don't want to give it up, you know? Well, I've kept myself at a pretty nice little level spot. I've made a lot of sacrifices to keep it that way, but I don't mind the sacrifices that I've had to make. Being a musician, a singer-songwriter is very weird to me because I write songs out of my head and then I play them and perform them for people, but none of them are written down. I've got a very big catalog. It's over 300 songs. And, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's out in the ether. All of these songs are just in my head, you know. I thought back in the day, well, if I get in a car accident and bump my head real hard and forget everything, then all my songs are gone. It's fucking true. But that's the same thing for anything. Like, I could forget how to talk or how to walk if that was to happen. So, anyway, my point is, you have to be happy with what you have made for yourself. That's what we do. We come here, we make a life for ourselves. We learn lessons on our own that are only for us. And the goal is to take darkness and turn that darkness into light and love. That's why we're here. All of us, is to learn how to do that. And luckily, I've been pretty good at it over the years. My inner dialogue is basically do re mi. I don't really have negative inner dialogue. I do have positive inner dialogue, but it's far and few between. Most of the time, all I hear is melodies in my head. It's like I'm just going through life. And it's fun. I feel like a lot of people, the issue with them is terrible inner dialogue. I think that's probably the number one thing you can do for yourself is fix your inner dialogue. Sorry, the camera's shaking. Oh, anyway, not sure why I came on here to say all that. Just felt like I needed to do it. Because shit's looking crazy out here right now. I have no idea what's going to happen. And it's all being done with money and covet and our lives, you know. And I said this whenever I was a kid, man. I was like, wait a second. We can't be on welfare, Mom, because that's somebody giving us something. And what if they decide not to give it to us anymore? What are we going to do then? That's exactly what this government's doing. And a lot of governments around the world that are in cahoots with the global elites. I'm sorry if you don't believe me. It's fine. I've known it since fucking young. I found out the real truth in like 92. And when my eyes were opened up and I saw what was really going on, I was like, motherfucker. How is not everyone seeing this right under our fucking noses? And this is why I have not lived a conventional life. I have not lived a life that they said that I should do. I'm what you would call a divergent. I'm sure that a lot of us divergents are on their radar, because whenever they try to take us out of the woods and put us all in these little fucking computer-run cities, it's going to be kind of ugly. I mean, they're trying to take us off of you know, paper money, which hasn't been backed by gold standard in a long, long time. They're printing it like it's candy. They're making it candy. So we all know that they're fucking with the money. And now with this whole FTX thing, I don't know, man. Are y'all paying attention? Because I feel like crypto was set up to fail. But that's just my opinion. My point is that happiness is inside of you. There are kids in the Congo digging cobalt so that you can have the fucking phone that I'm recording this video on right now. And then what's funny is that you have social activists that are appalled and outraged at all this stuff, yet they're using the same fucking phone that the cobalt is being mined for by children, slaves. Even though, my point is, even those children can find happiness in their lives, even though it's dark, because that's what we do. We take darkness and we turn it into light and love, no matter what your situation is. I read a book whenever I was a teenager about a Vietnam veteran that was a POW for 5 years. He was in a box where he could barely move. He was brought out of the box like 30 minutes a day, and he said that he came out of that box a whole different person and very enlightened, because he never lived in the box. He said that he found a way to astral project out of his body and live in other dimensions while his body was meditating in that box. He lived a wonderful life while he was living in a box. If that's not a fucking metaphor for life, I don't know what is. Anyway, think about it and know that something big's coming. The shift's happening. I mean, I've had several downloads lately that are back to back, which I've had downloads over my life, but they were years apart. These downloads that I'm having now are fucking back to back, and they are happening quicker and quicker. And the more I realize, the more, I don't know, calmness comes over me, and I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever happens next. I'm looking forward to it, actually. It's going to be an advanced class.